And we're about 5 miles northwest of downtown Tampa at beautiful Raymond James Stadium near Florida's Gulf Coast. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Indianapolis Colts and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Fall is in the air, and the NFL season is in full swing, and we're underway here in Week 4. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now it's the Boise State alum, Gywu. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. And now the Bucs deciding to take a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On 2nd down, here's Garoppolo. Forced out to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep, back over the middle. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Brian Bonnie Calhoun. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued. Let
me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw? And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Hey, 22! Hey!
And they'll run it here. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Set, waiting. Trail right, 22.
Now they'll run it on the toss. Now a loose football. The ball comes out.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. From the gun, here's Stafford. It's caught. Nelson. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 18 yards there and a first down.
Big 20, big 20.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. Open space inside the 10. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Bucs have taken a first quarter lead. Santos with the extra point. And it's now a 7-0 game. Santos out now. He'll kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And the Colts coming out now. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Even with the nice move, can't go very far. Stop short of the 30. 4 yards on the pickup, and it'll make it a second down. Garoppolo to throw on second down. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. He lost 4 there, and it's third down. Well, that last completion certainly not what they were hoping for, as now they'll try to convert on third. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And able to find Green. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. And a nice gain of 21 yards. 11. Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
Garoppolo to try again on second down. And that is incomplete here.
The effort's always going to be there. Everyone's always going to try and make a catch, but underthrown balls, I think, are the toughest ones to come back and get because usually your momentum's going in the opposite direction when you're trying to stop, break, and come back and get it.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. And yet again, it's Garoppolo. Drops it off to Gywu. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be 4th down. On 4th down on is Dustin Colquitt to kick this away. And he punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Now the Buccaneers offense gets ready to head back onto the field. They'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in this 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
You ready? 250. Pretty hot. Give me radar.
To throw on second down is Stafford. Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground. And they've got it just 2 yards away from the end zone. They'll have it first and goal here from the 2-yard line.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect him.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
Now Garoppolo, flushed out right, and he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it, incomplete.
They certainly thought they had him surrounded and probably thought they were going to get him on the ground and get the sack, but he was able to elude that, and even though it threw it incomplete downfield, if you're a defensive back, you're loving the pressure that you're seeing from your front.
On second and goal, Gywu, the lone man in the backfield. They give it to him running left, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Gywu, his first touchdown on the year. And the Colts are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Graham Gano on for the extra point. Gano the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This is taken at his 4. Able to spin free. And now running right through it. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up.
40 gut. 40 gut. Real right. Real right. 21.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Good opening quarter for him. Remember, he had the sack earlier. Now a tackle for loss, another tackle for loss.
He's really making it tough on the play caller, though, isn't he? Because it's one thing to try and adjust when a guy is disrupting your running game. But when he's messing up your passing game as well, they may have to devote at least a second guy to him to try and keep him away from their plays.
Here's Stafford now on second down. Lets it go for Nelson. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
What I loved about meeting with these coaches before the game is we didn't even have to ask any questions. They told us that they were going to be aggressive and push the ball downfield. They weren't successful on that play, but look for them to try it again later.
Set. Blue 60.
Throwing on third down, Stafford. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Kyle Van Noy in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a fourth down. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Here comes the Colts offense now as they make their way onto the field. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Garoppolo now, first down throw. And this is Gabriel on the catch. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He can make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. The loss of 3 on that first down pass play, now 2nd and 13.
Go ahead. 6, 11, 11. 13, 13. Go ahead. 11, 11.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it, and they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
21. White. Hey. Let's go.
And they'll go on the ground. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
Hey, 22. Set. Blue 80.
They'll fake it. Now Stafford. Lets it go for Nelson. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion.
Set. 180. 22.
A shotgun snap for Stafford. And Nelson's got it here right side. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a 1st down.
Back 54. We're rolling, we're rolling. 0.
On 1st down, Stafford here. In the middle of the field, he's got Nelson. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
40 got. 40 got. 0. Set. Blue 60. Hey, red. Hey, go here. Jumbo, jumbo.
Again, it's Stafford. Buying time to his left. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of. Otherwise, he was going to get sacked.
Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line. 2nd and goal.
Big 20. Big 20.
He'll get it up the middle. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5.
Well, Brendan, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
You want 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the 2nd one.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Give him a couple on the run there, and now they're in that in-between area here on 4th and goal. Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Green brings it in. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man...
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Hey, tag 32, tag 32. Set, and waiting. Go here. Omaha tonight. 22. 22. Stay 50, stay 50. Big 20. I got him, man. I got him. He's mine.
And with a play clock at 3, we'll get a signal and a timeout on the whistle. That's their second, so they'll have one remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10.
Zero. Set. Waiting. Hey. Hey, go here.
After the interception, here's Stafford. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position, you have to be. You just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball.
It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Set. Go 20. Hey, 22.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The Bucs on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
We got 3, fellas. We got double right. Set. 180.
Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard.
Set. Waiting. Check 3.
They'll try and run forward Janovich. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Across the formation, he's got a man. That's Allen. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
That crossing route is so effective when you hit it just right because you get a guy on the move, and then we see the end result there.
Nightmare for the defense. They got a guy with a full head of steam.
Not only does he catch it, but he picks up additional yardage after it.
Zero. Ready. Tag 50. Tag 50. Jumbo. Jumbo. Keep it there.
From the red zone now, Stafford. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Tyler Eifert, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bucs are going to add on to their lead. The tight end can kind of be that diamond in the rough secret weapon that you have. And right there they show you why.
Yeah, and it's becoming less of a secret, isn't it, partner? Every game that we do nowadays, the tight end is a featured receiver, not just a blocker, as in the days of old.
Santos out now. He'll kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. A good pickup there, a 22.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already.
Hey, gun. Like 20. Like 80. 1, Omaha. 11.
On first down, Garoppolo. He's going to sling this deep downfield. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Garoppolo again here on 2nd and 10. And down he goes. A Buccaneer sack. Stephon Tuitt forcing his way through there to drop him for a loss of a good 10 yards. So the sack of Garoppolo. And now what can they come up with on 3rd and long? On play action, now Garoppolo rolling to his left. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete, certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. Here's Dustin Colquitt now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
And just 25 seconds to go in the half now as they've got it 1st and 10. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So 5 yards there as one of the big guys up front moved.
And in a 4-3 front, you got the 2 defensive tackles right near the football. I know there's a lot of movement around there, but they're always taught to have one eye on the football. Apparently, that didn't happen.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
Hey, 22. Ready. Big 20, big 20.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. So we've hit halftime here in Tampa with the Bucs out in front. As we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the 3rd quarter. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Now a 1st down throw. Stafford. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
Set, go 20. Fight. Middle, let's go. Hot. Hey.
2nd and 10, Stafford again. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Jabal Sheard in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. The Bucs on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 16.
Hey, tag 50 left. Hey, give me radar.
Just beating the play clock. Stafford looks for Nelson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Daniil Hunter. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Being chased out left. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, it's going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
Trio right. Set. 180.
Following the fumble recovery, Stafford. Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground. And I believe the Colts have recovered. Yes, they have. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
11.
After the fumble recovery, it's Garoppolo. He's going to air it, and his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. They pitch it to Chubb. And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Hey, tag 50 left. Tag 54. Set. Yellow 20. 21. Ready. Zebra. 21. Zebra.
On 2nd down, here's Stafford. But he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this 2nd half. Instead, it's 3rd down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. The Bucs on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
Hey, give me radar. Hey, give me radar.
Out of the gun, Stafford. It's caught. Nelson. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 68 yards receiving now for him in the game. And a 1st down on that last catch as well.
Hey, tag 32. Tag 32. Set. 180.
Stafford on 1st down. And the catch good. It's Eifert. And he'll get it up near the 35, right the 34 here. Four yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
Like 7. And middle.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
Jumbo. Zebra. Hey, alert it. Tag 53.
Here's Stafford. And he'll be brought down by the Colts.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. It's taken to the 26. Just a net of 34 there following a punt of 44 yards. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession.
Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Whitney merciless. Coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
11.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. He's going to wind up and air it out. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
I know I'm not giving enough credit to the defenders because that pass was incomplete. But come on, it was A.J. Green. I always expect him to come up with the ball.
Yeah, on those deep routes especially, even on incompletions, it's fun to watch him run those routes.
It certainly is, but he eats up ground and he usually goes up and gets it.
On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. And they almost had another one. They are all over the football in this game. Nearly another pick. Now 4th down.
We're into the 2nd half now. This is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Now the Buccaneer offense set to take over again. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Hey, 22!
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Back now in Tampa. It's the Bucs. They've got the football. They also are in front here on the scoreboard as we start the fourth. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Trio right. 53, ready.
Right back to him on 1st down. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Nice gain of 25 yards. And on this challenge, the refs have to take a peek and see whether or not the receiver was able to dot the I with both feet,
while making sure that he possesses the football all the way through the catch.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Stafford now to throw. He gets it to Humphries. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Here's Stafford now on 2nd down. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Jabal Sheard in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. The Bucs on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 16.
22.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped, but I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
Hey, 22.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. Looking for Allen. He's got him on the slant. And he gets it down to the 32. It's a gain of 9 yards. And that'll bring up 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
The Colts now, their offense works their way back onto the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
21.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
16 yards right off the bat and a 1st down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. In on the tackle there, Luke Kuechly.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Here's Gywu. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. Now it's Gywu. And an alley to run. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12.
Well, so much for him being bottled up throughout the day. Finally finds a way to break through and get a really nice gain. The defense had felt great about what they had going. Now they've got to turn their attention to getting it back in that direction. Can they bottle him up again? Because I'd say after that run, confidence is pretty high at the line.
And not much running room. Down to the 32. Defensively, it was Tremont Smith with a tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
That defensive front four has been very good. They've just not let the running game get going, have they?
Not at all. In fact, the entire offense just looking a little bit out of sync in this one.
Yeah, sometimes this is why coaches like four-down defensive linemen, they feel like they can cover more ground when defending the run.
And the kick here is good, so add 3 to the total, but they're still coming up well short, and that is how this one comes to an end.